हरे कृष्णा। ये चैतन्य चरितामृत में एक कथा आती है कि जब श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु वाराणसी में होते हैं तो प्रकाशानंद सरस्वती उनको बोलते हैं कि आप हमेशा ये हरे कृष्णा गाते रहते हो, आप वेदांत क्यों नहीं पढ़ते, आप हमारे वेदांत कोचिंग क्लासेस ज्वाइन करिए। तो श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु बोलते हैं कि मेरे गुरु महाराज ने मुझे बोला कि आप मूर्ख हो, गुरु मोरे जानीला मूर्ख करियो शासन, वेदांत पाठ नाही तोमार अधिकार। यू आर अ फूल, आप मूर्ख हैं, आपको वेदांत पढ़ने का अधिकार नहीं है। फिर उन्होंने मुझे ये श्लोक बताया, हरे नाम हरे नाम एव केवलम कलो नस्त्येव 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 गति अन्यथा। एक्चुअली श्री चैतन्य प्रभु मूर्ख नहीं थे, लेकिन वो बताते हैं कि कैसे शिष्य को अपने गुरु के सामने अपने आप को मूर्ख मानना चाहिए। तो फिर मेरे गुरु महाराज चैतन्य बोल रहे, मेरे गुरु महाराज ने मुझे ये हरे नाम एवं श्लोक बताया। उसके बाद फिर मैं जप करने लगा और मेरे अंदर प्रेम के लक्षण आने लगे, आंखों में आंसू आना, शरीर में कंपन होना। फिर मैंने गुरु महाराज से पूछा कि वो मंत्र दिला गोसाई, कैसा मंत्र दिया आपने? जपीते जपीते हैला पागल, मैं तो पागल हो गया। तो प्रभुपाद जी बताते हैं यहाँ पे कि ये भक्ति में जब कोई एडवांस बनता है, आगे बढ़ता है, तो उसको ऐसे प्रेम के लक्षण दिखाई पड़ते हैं। हमें इसकी नकल नहीं करनी चाहिए। और फिर मेरे गुरु महाराज इतने खुश हुए, बोले भाला हैला, बहुत अच्छा हुआ। ये कृष्ण नाम का स्वभाव है कि जो कोई सच्चे दिल से करता है तो ये अपने आप प्रेम के लक्षण प्रकट होते हैं। श्रील प्रभुपाद जी बोलते हैं कि ये जब हम सिंसियरली ध्यानपूर्वक जप करते हैं, अपने आप एक स्टेज आता है जब भगवान के नाम से आंखों में आंसू आने लगते हैं, इसकी नकल नहीं करनी चाहिए। और फिर लास्ट में मेरे गुरु महाराज बोले कि मैं बहुत खुश हूं, इट इज वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा है कि आप ये जप कर रहे हैं, आपने प्रेम को प्राप्त किया है। Thus you have pleased me very much and I am very much obliged to you. मैं आपके प्रति बहुत कृतज्ञ हूं। तो ये लास्ट लाइन जो पर्पट का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। प्रभुपाद जी बोलते हैं, if a spiritual master can convert even one soul into a perfectly pure devotee, his mission is fulfilled. गुरु महाराज सोचते हैं कि अगर एक व्यक्ति भी शुद्ध भक्त बन जाए तो जीवन सफल है। Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur always used to say, even at the expense of all the properties, temple and mutts that I have, if I could convert even one person into pure devotee, my mission will be fulfilled. यानी सारे जो उस समय भक्तिसिद्धांत ठाकुर के मठ थे, गौड़ीय मठ, वो सारे प्रॉपर्टी को अगर बेचकर अगर एक व्यक्ति भी शुद्ध भक्त बन जाए तो मिशन सफल है। It is very difficult to understand the science of Krishna, what to speak of developing love of God. Therefore, if by the grace of Guru and Gauranga, a disciple attains pure bhakti, spiritual master is very happy. तो गुरु महाराज को बहुत खुशी होती है जब शिष्य प्रगति होते हैं। Spiritual master is not actually happy if the disciple brings him money, but when he sees the disciple is following the regulative principle and advancing, he is very glad and feels obliged to such an advanced disciple. तो गुरु महाराज खुश होते हैं, इससे नहीं कि शिष्य कुछ बहुत सारे पैसे डोनेशन ले आए, लेकिन अगर भक्ति में आगे बढ़ते हैं। और लास्ट में प्रभु चैतन्य प्रभु बोलते हैं, मेरे गुरु महाराज ने आज्ञा दी कि आप ये नाम सबको प्रचार करो। तो प्रभुपाद लिखते हैं कि ये गुरु महाराज को प्रसन्न करने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका क्या है कि स्वयं कृष्ण प्रेम जागृत करना और दूसरों को कृष्ण प्रेम देना। का तरीका क्या है? स्वयं हरि नाम लेना और दूसरों को हरि नाम देना। तो प्रभुपाद जी तात्पर्य में लिखते हैं कि इस तरह से हम गुरु महाराज को प्रसन्न कर सकते हैं, हरि नाम लेकर। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। एक बार एक भक्त परम पूज्य राधानाथ महाराज को पूछ रहे थे कि मैं क्या बेस्ट ऑफरिंग कर सकता हूं आपको। तो महाराज जी बोले, बेस्ट ऑफरिंग इज टू चैंट द होली नेम विथ फेथ, सिंसियरिटी एंड अटेंशन। ध्यान पूर्वक हरि नाम लेना। श्री हरि नाम प्रभु की जय। Now let us offer respectful obeisance to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desired trees who can fulfill the desires of everyone and are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrindi ki jai.
It's essential that this faith, how can I develop this faith? Is there any pointers that you can think about how we can enhance or get this faith?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat.
Prabhuji,
the faith on the chanting or the faith on the Lord can be developed by the devotee association. Fantastic. Constantly. And Prabhuji in this talk mentioned that the importance of the Harinam rather studying the Vedanta. So one, at this Kali Yuga is very difficult to study the Vedas, but if one is prepared to study the Vedas, it is time taking and cannot understand. And the simple process Mahaprabhu has given to us in this Kali Yuga is the Harinam. So by taking the Harinam and giving the Harinam is we can impress the Guru and Gauranga. And at the same time, we should have a faith, consider ourselves as a fool to take this Mahamantra, and also we should give the Mahamantra. In this way, we can please the Guru, and at the same time, we should. And at the same time, there is a very rare a person who understands the science of Krishna and what to talk about the love of Krishna. So the soul who is understand Krishna is very rare. So at least we should try to approach at that point, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So the answer to your to the question we had is that how do we develop faith, which you have nicely mentioned that. It comes with the devotee association. Very important. So yesterday we saw that the examples were given about the iron rod. It's jada padarth, but when it comes in contact with the fire, it gets all the characteristics of the fire. There is no difference between the fire and the iron rod. Then it will also give you light. It will also burn when you touch. And everything what the characteristics are there in the fire will come to the iron rod, which is a jada padarth. So similarly, we have to look for pure devotee association. So the final words of Srila Prabhupada while he was leaving this material body is that he's mentioned that we need to have good association. Then after that he qualified saying that good association, next is devotee association. So devotee association, if you have, first at least strive for good association. So right now we may not get the pure devotee association, at least get the good association. Because we are having association with so many contaminated kind of people. So, and the kind of environment which we are in, we kind of see the TV, and that TV is going to put, that is also an association only. So what you are having in thought, word and deed is decided by the kind of association that you have. So, and in English proverb also it is said that show me your best 5 friends that you are closely associated with, I'll tell you what is your character. So to whom you are associated with, what kind of a WhatsApp groups you are following in modern times, what kind of serials you are seeing in TV, are you seeing some bhakti related on internet or something? So that all depends. That's where your faith will be. When you are doing chanting, this is the preparation that you are doing is also very important. I am not able to get that ecstatic symptoms what the others get when they are doing chanting. Why? Because so much of anarthas, our own created ones. So if you can take at your level whatever minimum, then we can develop this faith, and it is definitely we can all experience, because this Harinam is Shuddha, Golokera Premadhana. Harinam Sankirtana. It has come from Goloka. It is not at all contaminated. We are contaminated. That's the reason why we are not able to experience it. So, very nicely Mataji also summarized. Now, what is the difficulty? Now, Mataji mentioned, Malti Mataji mentioned that it is very difficult to read Vedanta or understand Vedanta. So, let's not read it all. Is that what is the inner meaning of that? And what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned when he was discussing that my Guru Maharaj said, I am a fool, so I should not read Vedanta. Is that what it is? What is the internal meaning of that?
No, actually that it's waste of time, because Harinam is a shortcut, straight path. it will take time. That's what is my understanding.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So, can somebody, this is a very important point. So, should we read Vedanta or not? Yes, go ahead, Mataji.
Following the instructions of Guru.
Follow the instructions of the Guru. Okay, very nice. Yeah, Ravi Prabhu.
Mr. Prabhu, Vedanta is the ultimate thing in Sanatana Dharma, but Prabhu, sometimes I feel I cannot pronounce Krishna in one shloka for 4 times perfectly. So in that case, it is very, very difficult to learn all 4 Vedas or at least one Veda in one's lifetime. And it is very difficult to get a teacher. It is just that if you can do this 16 malas of Mahamantra, this itself will be equal to Vedanta. Since we cannot learn Vedanta, we can compensate that with the help of Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Okay. Yeah, Preeti Mataji.
He did say that we cannot do it, but it is quite difficult and arduous task. So, what is more easier, like your instant thing, cooking has become instant, everything is instant. So, instant satisfaction will be there, instant connection will be there with the easy mantra in this Kali Yuga of chanting the Hare Nam. And maybe he did not say that you should not go for it, but you would be wasting quite a lot when you are not understanding and able to pronounce as simple a word as Krishna. So slowly you can do it, but first let us concentrate on the chanting. What is the Yuga Dharma of Kali Yuga? That is very nice.
Malti Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Preeti Mataji. Yeah, Malti Mataji.
Prabhuji, it is the Vedas are like a unripened fruit which we cannot take it. So the ripened one is the easy process which Mahaprabhu has given, and we cannot in this Kali Yuga, we are less intelligent, we cannot understand, we are ignorant, we cannot take the original philosophy of Vedanta about Vishnu. So it is preferred to take an easy process to reach directly to God.
So I think you are all driving or more or less very much convinced that Harinam is the only way. Yes, that is well taken. But then why are we distributing so much literatures? Now Bhagavatam sets are there with most of us now. So then why this Bhagavatam? It's also, so now you need to be convinced what is Vedanta? See, Veda Anta. The end of Vedas is called Vedanta. And the essence of all the Vedas is in one way Bhagavad Gita. So you are not qualified to read Vedas, because Vedas have been divided into various segments, and out of which 3/4 is into Karma Kanda. And you go there and then get confused and you will be wasting your time there. But it doesn't mean that you should not read Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of the realization of all the Vedantas. So, if philosophically Bhagavad Gita is there, which gives you the essence of all the Vedas. That's the reason why it is called what? Bhagavad Gita is called what?
The rule book of all the love towards Krishna.
Okay. Any other word that is used for Bhagavad Gita?
Upanishad.
It's called Gita-Upanishad. So it is also called as fifth Veda. So why it is called fifth Veda? Because that is what Krishna has given 500 years back. 5,000 years back. He has given such that for us we can get the essence in a nutshell, everything, and we can follow that what is given in the Bhagavad Gita as it is. You don't have to do your thinking process whether I should follow this, not follow this. No, you don't have to think twice. But in Vedas, because it is divided into different categories based on your pravrutti, whether you are in the tamasic mode, rajasic mode or sattvic mode, the Vedas have been divided. And now Bhagavad Gita is not like that. It is the essence of all the Vedas have come here, and now that is the reason. Now that is one part of it. Now why we should read Bhagavatam then?
Again, for the love of Krishna, Prabhuji. Everything is for.
Yes, very nice. One very valid point. Any other? Because
It's all about Krishna and his devotees.
Okay.
It is a ripened fruit which can be easily taken.
Okay.
Actually, Prabhuji, once you said Japa is the last event, and is the actual event. Towards the event, we should be reading the Bhagavad and Bhagavad Gita. That's a preparation for that.
No, I didn't get Prabhu. Can you repeat that one more time?
To develop the mood for this japa, we should be doing book reading of Bhagavatam. That's what.
Yes,
I'm just telling orally. I'm not sure.
No. This is the actual fact. Your realization is correct. See, purification should happen within ourselves at 3 levels. In one way 4 levels, but again 3 levels at least. Your gross body level purification of the senses should happen, which will happen basically by you can take Krishna Prasad, these senses get purified. One. But at a subtle level, your subtle body, mind and intelligence is also playing a vital role. So the intellect part of purification will happen when you do your Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya of what? Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So because when you are putting your mind and engaging your mind in chanting, it is not cooperating. It is not cooperating because it is not listening to its boss. And who is its mind's boss? Mind's boss is intellect. But intellect itself is not having proper understanding, then where it will guide the mind? So mind will be wavering. So to keep the intellect intact and keep it more focused and get it purified, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam are essential for us. It is not secondary. And for us, 100% we have to do our Swadhyaya, we have to do our Sadhana, we have to do Seva also. All 3 are essential. Devotee association anyways we have to take because our false ego is always there. To curb our false ego and purify our false ego, devotee association is also very much required. So the essence what you all very nicely brought out is that the preparation are to do our chanting properly. Swadhyaya will help us. So it is not the end in goal is that this is what we need to have the proper chanting if you are to do and get fixed up in that. You have to keep the intellect also purified. Mind gets purified, intellect also should get purified. Your false ego sometimes which is going to do havocs should also get purified. And it has to understand that I am not the doer, Krishna is the doer. I am not the controller, Krishna is the controller. And I am not the creator, Krishna is the creator. So to get that, it takes time. And for that, devotee association plays a very, very, very important role. You can leave everything, but just if you keep the devotee association intact, that is where your progress will be. Sometimes we say that I do not have time for chanting, at least come for group discussion, come for devotee association. But then gradually other things will fall in place. So any other thing anybody wanted to add before we end, please?
Prabhuji, I have a point on Vedanta philosophy. Just correct me if I am wrong. If I want to learn the Vedas also, there is no, getting the Guru or the Brahmanas who teach the Vedas is also difficult. And being a gender, they won't allow the women to go to the Gurukulas and learn the Vedas also. So is that right?
So Mataji, first of all, understand that gender basis, we are all in one way, there is only one Purusha. So that is Krishna only. We are all what is Prakriti. So in that way there is no discrimination between man and woman. In one way, yes. But now in the Vedas, sometimes there are mentioned that there is some discrimination. But when it comes to our philosophy, our process, who should read, what we should read? Bhagavad Gita, everybody can read. Bhagavatam, everybody can read. So, for your lifetime, when you have Bhagavatam, to read that Bhagavatam itself, it will take your lifetime. So, you are talking about Vedas, we are not qualified to read Vedas. We do not have time, first of all. Forget about having the right kind of a mindset and a guru and all that. First of all, you are not qualified. So why just break our heads into that aspect where we are not even eligible to go? So there are people, I know my own colleagues, they are people who are they are still saying that yes, we are reading this Vedanta, that Vedanta. But Bhaiya, what is your end goal? The end goal of Vedanta is to understand Krishna and to realize that kind of attain that prema of Krishna. But are you really having that end in mind? You just wanted to learn this Sanskrit slokas and say that I am this Vedantist, I know this sloka. What good it will be? Just put it on a computer, it will also really chant these slokas very nicely. So what good? That is what can somebody remember what was the Shankaracharya's final giveaway to everyone? Bhaja Govindam. Can somebody tell me what is that? What is the Bhaja Govindam essence?
When you go, go full Buddha, don't waste your time. Then you just get into the essence of Govinda Nam. Your dear ones whom you are love with so much, they will be behind like a jackal and fox.
Yes.
The disease will eat you away.
Yes.
That much I remember.
Yes, very nicely. Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate, Samprapte Sannihiti Kale, Nahi Dukkin Karane. So that time, since Shankaracharya has come in the grab of a pseudo, Vedantist, and at the same time to protect the pure devotees, that incarnation has come. So that these people who are not going to get convinced, let them be engaged separately. So they will be just doing Vedantic study and they will be bogged up with that only. So let's not disturb these pure devotees. So that reason he has come, and then finally he has also given out of mercy to them, saying that all this Vedantic study, this grammar, whatever you are studying, because it's just a grammar. So what good it is? Just take the Lord's name. So that is the essence. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took it to the next level. And in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, if you see Gaur Leela, you will see that he used to get immersed when somebody is reading Bhagavatam. If you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will see that he used to really get immersed when somebody is reading Bhagavatam. So by practice also he has given, saying that we should read Srimad Bhagavatam, we should understand Srimad Bhagavatam. So the essence of all is that getting the love of the Supreme Lord, and that we can get while you get association, right association. Bhagavat study is also associating with pure devotees. Because sometimes we may say, Mataji is especially saying that we are not allowed to go here, we are not allowed to go to yatras. So what do we do now? So you have to get the association of the pure devotees. Yes, if it is feasible, it can go, but don't get disheartened. So don't get disheartened that I am not allowed, I became a woman, that is the reason why all these things are there. If I were men, I would have not gone through all this situation. I would have been on my own. I would have told them that this is the best way, so let's follow this. Now I am in a lower position in one way, you may say that. But everybody has come here with some karma and you have to take care of that karma. And this is a golden opportunity for us how to best utilize the situation where we are in. Don't try to change the situation in one way or ask for changing the situation to do whatever you are supposed to do. So do what you are supposed to do such that the situation will change automatically because of Krishna's mercy. So that should be our mood while we are doing our activities, and the way we should deal with the non-devotees, the way we should deal with our family members, which always should be as per our basically etiquettes, Vaishnava etiquette should be followed. Respect everyone. And with your that humble attitude, that the hearts will get melted. I am telling you, in my own personal experience, just have that humble attitude, hearts will get melted automatically. Don't expect that they will get melted, and it's again, Krishna should inspire them to melt their heart. It's not in our hands, we are not the controllers. That attitude when we develop, then I am sure that we will be able to get that mood of Trunadapi Sunichena. So that's the essence. And for that, please remember that being in whatever situation, being in humble situation, sometimes what happens is that, I am taking little more time, please forgive me. Sometimes what happens is that I am so much interested in going into this process, but my family members are not there. So what do I do now? So shall I give up my whatever process I am following? So you have to be little, tactically you have to do. So you cannot really go and confront the situation. So I'll tell you one instant and then we'll end there. I know personally, when I met that person, the wife of that particular person was a Sri Vaishnava devotee, and she used to go to this Chinna Jiyar Swami, and they were non-veg eaters, and this husband is dead against Chinna Jiyar Swami, and he was not even allowing her to do chanting also. And even she was told that you have to cook what I am told to cook. Non-vegetarian food you have to cook. But she said to herself that yes, I will be submissive. I will be doing what I am supposed to do. If my husband is saying that I have to cook, I will cook. And persistently she has cooked for him whatever he asked to cook. And she used to separately, but again, she has not, she said, yes, I will cook what you wanted me to cook, but I will not partake in whatever that remnants. I will just eat by offering it to Krishna, and I will eat. And one day, after 3-4 years, I met that person in one of the functions, his distant relative. Now, he was in literally saying that my wife is my guru, because now I realized that because of her humble attitude, the respect she was giving me, that I am a non-devotee, but still she was respecting my words. So just because of that, he became a devotee eventually. He was dead against. So but that is how we also should have that karuna, that attitude. That is, our attitude is our only wealth. So if you can take care of your attitude and don't pose yourself that I am knowledgeable, I am having good communication skills, all this, that attitude will not help us. So when you are in a Gruhastha family, especially being as a housewife I would say that we should cultivate that humble attitude. Submissive attitude is very important. Very important that we need to be submissive to our family members. So with your submissive attitude and humble nature, then that is the way we can win the hearts. So it is not through our philosophical understanding we can win our hearts. The only way is that you need to be humble, because the essence of all that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought it in Shishtastakam, Trunadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadhari. Trunadapi. So you should be not even considering yourself as a blade of grass also. So humble. All this should be developed. And for that, make your baby steps and try to follow whatever is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrind ki jai. Thank you, Matajis. Please forgive me if I have made any offenses while speaking. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. We'll all meet. So one last thing before we end, very important, is that VIHE, Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education, is the only organization, I would say, right now, which is giving the best of the institutions that I have done based on the research. Not just research, it is based on interacting with so many people. Finally, it is decided that this is the best. So, a couple of people have already committed saying that they wanted to do it from Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education. It starts from November. 4 to 5 months you can complete your Bhakti Shastri wherever you are. And if you, and you get a wonderful association of devotees. Some of them are temple presidents. So many, and from all over the globe people join. Right? And the preachers are the best they have chosen. For each and every subject and for each and every segment, there is a different preacher. So if you take Bhagavad Gita itself, there are 3 to 4 preachers for each segment. So I would say that please take up this golden opportunity. We will have very good association in discussing them, and so that way we get the advantage. So yeah, that's the primary thing. So please contact me if you are interested. The fees is 12,000, but if you have any difficulties, please let me know. We can see how we can get the sponsorship for this also. So no issues. But your commitment is more important. Whether and there is some amount of time that you need to invest. Just take it that you need to invest not less than 4 to 5 hours per day. So yes, this is kind of a do or die kind of a decisions that you need to take sometimes. And you see, if you have a will, there is a way. So put your will saying that yes, I wanted to do it, I cannot miss this. Because if you wanted to do regularly Bhakti Shastri through any other process, it will take not less than 3 years. And in this 3 years time, you, because of the duration, etc., you lose interest and you don't get that. After this, there are many things that we can do. Preliminary thing is Bhakti Shastri. Okay, please contact me. Others have already, like Chaitanya Singh Thakur Prabhu, Raghunath Puri Prabhu, when I met there, so they said yes, we are going to do it. So similarly, others also just check and get back to me, preferably by today or maximum by tomorrow. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. Dandavat. Hare Krishna.